Hello, I like make today a birthday cake. This is ultimate type of birthday cake, great for any birthdays. So what we need for this recipe, we need first of all 3 round baking pans. All pans are spring baking pan. First, its largest will be base of cake. It's 25 centimeter diameter, which is 10 inch. Second, which is a middle of a cake, it will be 20 centimeter in diameter, which is 8 inch round baking pan. And the third, which is smallest and top of cake, it will be 16 centimeter diameter, which is 6 inch. So to make sure all our cakes has same height, it just make more attractive, we need to use a different number of cake mixes. I'm using a butter cake mix, which is not very large, it's only 340 gram. And for the largest base of our cake, we're using 3 cake mix boxes. For the second one, middle cake, we use 2 cake mix boxes, and for the smallest cake we're using only 1 cake mix box. So in total for recipe we're using 6 butter cake mix boxes. Also, if you like, you can use vanilla sponges premix, for example, or chocolate cakes as well. Or just use your favorite recipe and simply double it or triple it recipe according size of your baking pan. Also, if you do not want to make it, if you wanted to have a similar look of this cake but don't want, you have smaller party for example, and you don't need as much of cake, so what you do is you can actually purchase a base in the middle part, or just a base, actually circle same size, made it from foam as well. That's what usually they do actually in the wedding cakes. So once all our cakes are mixed and baked according to instruction on the back of cake mix boxes, so we got now 3 cakes. Every cake we need a level with serrated knife, so they are all flat. Then what we do is we actually split them on half. So larger is we split with serrated knife. We do something with the middle cake, and we do something with the top cake as well. So they all split on half because we just will place extra buttercream in the middle also. So once it's all done, we prepare buttercream. To have buttercream, basically to make it, we need about 2 kilograms of buttercream or 4 of jars of vanilla frosting, whatever you choose of your choice. You can use vanilla frosting, it's about 64 ounces. It's the same amount of buttercream also. So choice is you can purchase 4 jars of frosting from supermarket, or make about 2 kilograms of buttercream. So basically you take 1 quantity and increase 3 more times to have it 4 quantity of buttercream. So for the first the base we using violet, or you can use also purple gel food coloring, it's small amount. And for the second one use electric blue or sky blue type of gel food coloring, and for last one we're using a deep pink gel food coloring. So we incorporated all the coloring into buttercream. So we create purple, we create sky blue and pink buttercream. Also, largest quantity will go for the base of for our largest cake. For middle cake we need smaller quantity, and the smallest for the pink. Also, a good idea to reserve about 1 quantity of buttercream, because we will put a little sort of stars on the bottom of cake, as well as the decorations too. So reserve about 1 quantity of buttercream, just a white plain one, and set aside. So what we do once all our buttercreams are ready, what we do, we assemble cake. So first of all, we start from the large cake. First we assemble a base of cake, largest. So what we do is we need to take a cake board which is same size as a cake, 25 centimeters, which is 10 inch. And what we do is we place just a small amount of purple buttercream, place 1 cake on top, and what we do is we cover with another buttercream. Place a second top upside down, make sure its top is up, it's more sort of flatter area kind of. Also, what we need for this cake is, before we just frosting, we need basically a strong plastic or paper straws. It can be same color or whatever color, because we will place second cake on top, and make sure structure is basically good. What we do is we need about 3 or 4 to place them on the middle. So once you place, just snip it and repeat with others just on the middle to secure as well. Once done, cake is now secure and ready to, also second cake will be placed on top, and it does not disrupt structure. So what we do is now we frosting first cake all over. Once first large cake is frosted, place in the freezer for 30 minutes. With second middle cake we repeat exactly something, and we repeat with straws also to secure. So we have basically cake board exactly same as once finish frosting middle second cake, place in the freezer for 30 minutes. It does very good because it's actually still crumbs, and if you like to smoothen up second time, we can do so. Now we assemble last smallest cake with a pink frosting. For this cake we don't need any paper straws. If you don't want actually use paper straws, you can also use skewers also if you like to do so, or special cake dowels. Now, so we assemble a last one. When finished frosting last cake, place in the freezer for 30 minutes. Next step is prepare chocolate ganache. What we need for this chocolate ganache? First of all, we need 400 grams of dark cooking chocolate. So basically 2 blocks broken into pieces. And we need half a cup, which is 125 mils of thickening cream. So we place thickening cream on top, and we place into microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes, stirring every 30 seconds until chocolate is become melted. Once chocolate is melted and chocolate ganache is nice and smooth, what we do is we leave to slightly cool down before we apply on top of cake. So What we do is with remaining a plain white buttercream, one we place in a piping bag fitted with a small round nozzle, and the second one we place it in a piping bag fitted with the fluted or sort of like a star or rose type of nozzle. So set aside for now. Today we're using also some blueberries, which is need to be washed and dry entirely, and strawberries. With strawberries, they need to be washed, dry and half. And what we do is we just simply trim it, the bottom part, to make it flat. Make sure it's nicely stand. And what we do is we split on half. Once we split on half, we place on a paper towel to make sure absorb excess moisture. So repeat with all strawberries, make sure it's enough to place around top small cake, and make sure is a similar in the height. So now we can assemble birthday cake. Once you take cakes from the freezer, if need to cover any imperfections, use a leftover of a buttercream to cover slightly on top, just a thin layer of buttercream. Then simply assemble right on top. Once chocolate ganache is cooled down, if you find it by time when you assemble cake it's actually become sort of slightly set, just place for 10-15 seconds into microwave to bring a little bit more spreadable texture. So we take small, just a sort of teaspoon, and we place small amount of chocolate ganache just on the sides of a cake, to have a small dribble, sort of, just a little bit. And what we do is we place some blueberries on top. We need probably about 1 punnet of blueberries, which is about 125 gram, because it's not really a big area to actually use amount of blueberries. So once bottom part is done with the chocolate ganache and blueberries, we spread chocolate ganache on top of a cake. Also started from the sides, just small dribbles from the sides, then we can cover top. Use toothpick and simply draw design on top of blue buttercream and pipe over. Then what we do is we attach strawberries around cake. Now we finish decorating a birthday cake. I hope you like this creation of a birthday cake. Thank you very much for your time with me today. Everything will be in the description box. Until next time, goodbye.